Mom and Dad just go to work and cook and clean. It seems so boring. I don't want to do that when I grow up.
You know what? Sometimes I feel exactly the same way. Hi, my name is Zach, and you're listening to Keys for Kids, a great way to grow your faith in God. Let's get started. You might look at grown-ups and think, how boring. All they do is type on computers, have meetings, and drink coffee all day. Who wants to do that, right? But God does want you to grow up in Him. 1 Corinthians 13:11 says, "When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me." Let's learn more about it. Our story today is called Ages of Life. Isla smiled as she looked at her baby brother still asleep in his crib. "Emmett is really cute, but I'm so glad I'm not a baby. All he does is eat and sleep. How boring." At the breakfast table, Isla watched Mom butter toast and pour coffee. Mom's life looks boring too, Isla thought. She's always cooking, cleaning, and giving me my schoolwork. Doesn't she ever wish she could be a kid again? Dad glanced at the clock. "I'd better go. Traffic is always heavy on Monday." Isla thought about her father's life. Every morning, Dad drives to the office and spends the day doing whatever he does there. The next day, he does it all over again. If that's what my life will be like someday, I'm not sure I ever want to grow up. After Dad left, Mom said, "It's time for your lessons, Isla. So let's go over our verse for today, and then we'll start on fractions." She opened her Bible. Our verse is 1 Corinthians 13:11. It says, "When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things." What do you think that verse means? Isla thought for a moment. "I guess it means that kids and grown-ups don't do the same things or even think the same way." "That's true," said Mom. "When we're young, we're focused on learning new things and having fun. As we age, there are more responsibilities and different kinds of fun." "Yeah, you and Dad think gardening is fun, but I don't." Isla made a face and Mom laughed. The point is that even though our lives change as we get older and we face new challenges, we can be content at any age because of the hope we have in Jesus. The struggles we face in life are temporary because one day Jesus will make everything new and we'll spend eternity with Him, and that will be more amazing than anything we can comprehend now. The important thing is to enjoy what God has put in our lives now and trust Him when things change later on. Isla nodded and grinned, realizing her parents didn't think their lives were so boring after all. She reached for another book. "Ready to teach me fractions, Mom? I'm ready to learn." Well, what about you? Are you afraid to grow up because you don't think life will be fun anymore? Or maybe you can't wait to grow up so you can do the things you can't do now. Each stage of life has its own perks and challenges, but you can be content no matter how old you are. Trust Jesus to help you learn and grow throughout the stages of your life and enjoy the blessings He has for you in each one. Our key verse is Philippians 4:11.
I have learned in whatever state I am to be content.
And our key thought for today, be content at any age. I want to encourage you to spend time with God every day. When you grow up to be a teenager, you can keep it up with the Unlocked Teen Devotional. It's like Keys for Kids with something to read every day, but it might be a story, a poem, or maybe even a journal entry made by a teen just like you. Get a free printed copy of Unlocked at unlocked.org. I'm Zach. This is Keys for Kids.